All right, this is a post-installation introduction. This is Mauricio, I'm Rich.
What's up?
We just spent all day, pretty much all day,
Yeah,
8 to 8, installing the Coastal Off-Road lower control arm relocation kit on the 2019 Tacoma here. They have this kit for multiple platforms now. The whole selling point is that you can adjust your lower control arms forward up to 1.5 inches to give you the caster spacing that you need for larger tires. So I still need to get an alignment, but you can see I have, these are 35s. I have tons of space. I can kick my foot freely through here, which is pretty wild, and I haven't even gotten an alignment yet. It's very centered at this point, and I'm gonna have a better approach angle coming up on something, especially with this high clearance bumper. So it's a really nice setup. Mauricio is badass with his welding. So we have some nice solid welds in there holding it together. I feel good about it. I think he feels good about it. So yeah, I'll have to give it some trail time and beat it up and see how it does. And this is gonna replace your cam tabs. Look how thick those are. So that's gonna be your new cam tab to lock in alignments. And then you're gonna have these adjustable washers, and that's gonna help push your caster forward. There's all new hardware included. So we're gonna get to work. Mauricio's here. He's gonna help with all the welding, and he's helped take apart the truck already. The CV axle has been removed from both sides. So the next step now is to remove the rear cam tabs off of the rear side of both mounts. So that takes some spot drilling, a 5/16 bit, and you gotta drill 3 holes, I think, for the spot welds, and take those off. And then it'll be a fitment check to line everything up over here. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we grinded these brackets flat on the back end. We can do some mounting here. And then there's going to be some test fitting going on. We're going to do a little cutting and some test fitting. You're eventually going to cut off this front pivot on the mount, but what you do first is you cut a horizontal cut here, but you keep the corner intact on the outside and the corner on the inside intact. So you cut vertically up to there, and that way it's stable for fitment purposes, but once you have everything welded up, then you can peel that off. On the rear mount, you have an angle you have to cut, so cutting right into that angle first is probably the best move, and then doing a vertical and horizontal, and you keep 2 points intact, 1 point here and 1 point here, so at either end of that angle. And for the same thing, so you're gonna mount everything up, make sure everything fits and is aligned, and then you're gonna end up peeling that off. I'm just using my angle grinder for the job. It's working out nicely. For a fitment check, what you do is there's a fitment little washer like that, and that's just to be a spacer for your old cam tabs. And then you run 4 of the corresponding washers and just kind of cinch it up and then get it sitting so you know where you're gonna tack it. And you gotta make sure the bolt's pushed all the way back just to make sure you have the max articulation. So I'm about to do this rear side, and then we're gonna tack it up and get to the other side. Once it's tacked, we'll remove the bolt and washers and then finish welding everything over. And then there's an additional reinforcement bracket that will go on the front pivot. All you gotta do is finish cutting and peel off the original mount there, and you can see the actual 1.5 inch difference here. So you have space to push your control arm forward. That's just a reinforcement that you put on the front mount. Alright, so I decided to go with a 1 inch forward movement, so that's putting 4 spacers here and 2 here. This took entirely too long to get set up in here. One of the problems is these mounts, if they're not, like, you may have to do some hammering and knocking them out to make sure you have space. The instructions do say you probably have to hammer this, but it was too much. I mean, we were pulling metal up, and we tried to clean it up and do as good as we could, but we ended up having to knock this side out. The rear pivot was fine. There's plenty of space there. So just word to the wise, make sure you have enough space, reset, to get it on the first go. But I'm gonna start reassembling this side, and Mauricio is going to finish up the inner welds on the other side, and we'll work on the alignment. Okay, everything is reassembled. You can already see there is a lot more clearance behind that back wheel, or behind the back side of the wheel. So now we're about to try and give it a eyeball alignment and see if we can at least get me home. And I'll need to get it properly aligned and freak out the alignment shop with a crazy caster. I just got my alignment, and these caster numbers are crazy. So this is my alignment right after I got the kit installed. So you see my caster is at 5.5 and a little bit over 6. My camber was messed up, and my toe was horrible when I got everything set up. I got my alignment and the toe is dialed in. However, my caster's crazy. It's a 5.1 here and a 6.6 there. I couldn't even get it to 4 before this kit. The one issue is, yeah, I have way more caster on my passenger side, and my camber, they could only get it into 1.8 degrees, which is not great. But talking to the alignment tech, it sounds like what I'll likely have to do is I will have to remove one of the adjustment shims from that passenger side, so that from the coastal kit, so that it's a 3/4 inch push forward, and then on the driver's side is 1 inch. I didn't anticipate having to do that, but after talking to the alignment tech and just seeing how my setup is, that's probably going to be what's necessary to where they can line up the caster and get the camber dialed in right. So that's something I'll try next time I need an alignment, but for now it did the job. I have a much better clearance, and I should still drive well based on this. It's just going to wear down that tire a little bit more.